So actually, I wanted to start off my argument with a comment to what Chris had mentioned last class. It was so moving and so poignant that it actually caused me to rewrite everything that I had. I tossed everything out and started fresh. Because this is not really my opinion. I'm arguing for an affirmative that I don't believe in, but that I will advocate for, because it is what we're doing here today. I want you to take a moment and understand a recurring question. Who gets to decide who deserves the ultimate penalty that man can put forth? Who should have that right? And each of these arguments, each of these points, let that question resound. Musician Stephen Earle, also a human rights activist, mentioned that my objection to the death penalty is based on the idea that we live in a democracy. And in a democracy, the government is me. We would be the government. And if the government kills an individual, then we are in fact killing someone. So who does get to decide that ultimate penalty imposed by man? I want to throw out two names to you. One will throw a huge wrench up. Adolf Hitler. Here's a man that was elected official, but turned tyrant, in charge of a genocide of millions. Would he merit the death penalty? In your opinion, should he deserve that ultimate penalty? But here's another that you may not have never heard of. A man by the name of Manasseh. Manasseh was an anointed king by God to the Israelite nation, who murdered his own children in sacrifice to false gods.
2 minutes.
Would he deserve the death penalty? Well, we all know what happened with Adolf Hitler and in World War II, but we don't know really what happened with Manasseh. If you ever do look into it, you may want to look into the Bible in 2 Chronicles chapter 33, and you'll learn that Manasseh was actually captured, became a prisoner to the Assyrian army, and in that time showed great repentance, showed great remorse for what he had done, and in time softened the face of God and earned his place back as anointed king. But let's move on to another part there. Our legal system today is obviously askew. It's not perfect. It never will be. It's called the practice of law for a reason. So in that, who gets to decide who deserves the ultimate penalty imposed by man? Would it be an elected judicial official who gets to decide what is admissible and what isn't admissible in the court process? Would it be the assigned prosecutor who all he wants to do is get that win because he has a docket and hopefully a political aspiration to move forward in his career? Would it be the 12 unwilling people that have been wrangled in as jury members? Who gets to decide? We can argue back and forth about DNA. We can argue back and forth about the exoneration of people since 2000, 2003, 330 individuals, each serving an average of 14 years on death row, have been exonerated and released. But would that make any difference now? How many more actually fell?
30 seconds.
We need to really understand that this is a system that is antiquated. That when, as many have pointed out, the eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, that law was given to a nation long since past. And what we have today is a reformed, a more intelligent, a more upbeat type group of people that can really think on their own. Do we want to continue to make the same mistakes, or should we really think about doing something different, like abolishing the death penalty?